Today I'm going to show you the Roland TR606 drum machine. To make this demo easy, copy the settings I've got on the knobs at the moment. Make sure your sync output is set to output. Make sure you've got something you can hear it with, whether it's an output into a mixer or just a set of headphones. You can use a power supply, the 9-volt power supply, which is like a Boss or a Roland power supply, but you can run this off a battery, but the battery is mainly intended to retain the patterns and things that we're going to record into the unit. Alright, so let's go. So switch the unit on by turning the volume knob, and then what you want to do is put this into pattern right. It should light up at the first memory position, and you want to put your scale onto 1, and then you can clear it by holding down the memory position and hitting pattern clear, and when you do that, the pattern group light should flicker a little bit to indicate that the memory clear function was successful. So then you can hit the run stop, and you'll see the continuous light run across the 16 steps, which represents 1 bar. And then you can actually just select an instrument. Let's just choose bass drum. The instruments are lit up, or I guess represented by the capital letters. So BD, bass drum, SD, snare drum, and so on. So let's just put down a 4/4, and we can put a bit of accent under that. If you choose AC, the accent can be adjusted to give you more strength. And so let's put down some closed hi-hats. So go to CH, and this is OCH, which is also open hi-hat. And you can tap them in by clicking this, the right tap button. Bit of an open hi-hat. And if you've got an open hi-hat on top of a closed hi-hat, it'll make a different type of hat, so you've almost got like 3 hats. But if you want to hear the open hi-hat, just make sure your closed hi-hat doesn't interfere with the open hi-hat. And as I was saying before, these are your scales, so you can choose a different scale. So we're on 1. If we go to 2 and click the function, that'll reset the scale. Obviously that goes double time. 3 and 4 are meant for like 3/4 timing, and what you can do there is hold down the last step and choose 12. And that'll give you your 3/4 timing. But if you're just doing 4/4, you should just keep it on 1. Hold down last step and select the 16th or the last step that you want before this thing loops around. Once you've done that, you can then go to another pattern. Same again, hold it down, pattern clear to clear it, and then start. Choose a sound. Put accent, maybe some toms, and it should be said as well that you've got trigger outs for low tom and high tom, so that'll trigger out, that's not audio, that's actually voltage, so that'll control, or trigger I should say, something like a Juno 6, Juno 60, Jupiter 6, 101, and you can trigger notes and things on other instruments. And it should be said as well, if you want to daisy chain patterns together, you can just hold 1 and select the second, or you can hold down 1, select the 4, and it'll actually just loop through. So that's actually just gone back to the start there. So if we just keep continuing on this second pattern, and if you're not into the high tom that I just did, or if you want to erase something you've done, you just hold down the pattern clear, and that'll just remove the instrument that you've got currently selected. So if I was to put heaps of hi-hats down and a bit of an open hi-hat, and then wanted to take out the closed hi-hat, select close to hi-hat and hold down the pattern clear. Okay, and so that's pretty much most of the unit. You've got a pattern group here, so you can actually have, you've got 16 memory positions on each one of these locations, but you've also got 2 pattern groups. So, opposed to the pattern on the first pattern group within the same pattern group location, or bank location I should say. And so if you go all the way back to this pattern group around here, essentially you've got the 8, but you've also got 16, and then you've got another 16 hiding behind pattern group 2. So that gives you a sense of how many different patterns you can have stored in there. Like I said earlier, if you've got batteries, the batteries will retain the memory when you switch this off and unplug it. Alright, so I'll run you through how the track record feature works just quickly. If you go to track right, reset your bar, put your position, these are now your track positions, so you can essentially hold 8 tracks. Each one of these can be a maximum of 64 bars or positions, but you can chain them all together if you want at the end, but that's a little bit more advanced than what we're going to be looking at today. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'll just put a 4-bar loop together. So bar reset to bring the track right position back to bar 1 in our track. Hit play stop, run stop, and if we hold down function, now it's flashing quickly. That's representing that we're on bar 1. So I want memory location 4 to play 3 times. So there's 1. Now we're in position 2, but I want memory location 4 to play 3 times, so I need to key this in 2 more times. Now we're in position 3, so I want 4 to play 1 more time. Now we're in position 4, and we'll hit bar reset. Now what it'll do is it'll just loop the 4 bars. So bar reset, put it in track play. When you hit play now, hold function down, you'll see the position, the memory or the bar position it's up to, and it's just going to loop around like that. So that's 2nd bar, 3rd bar, 4th bar, and now if I take my finger off function, you can see it's actually just playing bar 4. But the good thing about the 606 is you can jump in and out of pattern play and track play and pattern write as well. So that's pretty much it. So like, subscribe and comment. Thanks.